mà níbẹ̀ yẹn o nílé lóko. Ẹ sì kú dédé àsìkò yìí. Hello everyone, it's Adirunke again. I hope your day is going well. Today I'd like to start a series on words that are not really Yoruba words. They are Yorubanized words, for lack of a better adjective. They are words that exist in other languages, but we've sort of Yorubanized in the way that we pronounce them. And they are mainly English and Hausa and Arabic words. I think it's majorly those three. I can't really think of any Igbo words that we use or any. It's just mainly those languages. Hausa, English and Arabic, mainly because of the religions and, of course, colonization. They are very, I don't know what the term for it is. When they come into your vocabulary, when you start using them, they sort of suppress your own language if you're not careful. I don't know what the right term is for describing languages like that, but I think we've been severely affected by them. There are words for things, and we would prefer to use these words that are not Yoruba. It's quite interesting, and if we're not careful, in a couple of centuries to come, I'm pretty sure that if we're not careful, we will remove the original words and replace them with, not that there's anything wrong, but at least we should know which is which. So Idoti and Doti are not Yoruba words. Idoti and Doti are not. If you look at older texts from like the mid 1800s and stuff, you won't even find them. I'm pretty sure that you won't find them. I think we started to say Idoti and Doti in the 1800s, but then it was like maybe mid 1800s or something that they became established proper. Dirt, rubbish, and filth are typically incorrectly called Idoti, and then Doti will be like an adjective, which is dirty. But Doti came before Idoti, and Doti is actually dirty. Dirty. So I think when the colonizers came and they maybe said, oh, maybe clean that is dirty. That is dirty. We just infuse that into our vocabulary. So we'll say, oh, dirty, Doti. And people just started saying it. And before you knew it, people were saying Idoti as like the noun. So Idoti came about the same way that our nouns come about. You put prefixes before them and you make them nouns. So dirty, and then in the 1800s, we adopted that and started saying Doti, Doti, and everybody started saying Doti. And then the noun form became Idoti. Before then, this was not a word. So whenever Yoruba people say Doti, they're just Yorubanizing dirty. It's not a Yoruba word, So just something to note. What is the proper Yoruba word for dirty or dirt or filth? What are the proper words? Let's see what they are. Egbi is what it is. Egbi is dirt or filth or foulness. Egbi. Egbi. Legbi, which would be a combination of the words ni and egbi. Ni and egbi. Legbi would be dirty or filthy or foul. Ni egbi. Legbi would be dirty, filthy, or foul. So the proper word for dirt or filth is egbi. The proper word for dirty or filthy is legbi or ni egbi, legbi. So this is a dirty cup. How would you say this cup is dirty. Many people would say ife yi doti, ife yi doti, but doti is not, doesn't really have any meaning. We've just sort of adopted it as dirty. The proper way of saying it is ife yi legbi. Ife yi legbi. The opposite would be ife yi mo. Ife yi mo. I am currently doing adjectives on my Patreon account. So mo is one of the recent ones that I posted. Ife yi mo will be the opposite, but because it's dirty, you say ife yi legbi. So that's proper. However, there are words that relate to it that I'd also like to mention. One is panty, panty. So it could be litter or refuse or rubbish or waste or trash. Panty, panty. So you would, I beg your pardon, use that to describe actual like waste, refuse. So like this is, all of this you would describe as panty. This is panty, this is panty, this is panty. They're all panty because they're litter or they fit into these categories. Panty, panty. Jekyll would be like leftovers or like things that you. Jekyll is specific to food anyway. Jekyll, Jekyll. Something that is eaten. J is to eat and remains. Jekyll is eat and leave over, like live and remain. I said leave over. That wouldn't make sense. I was thinking of leftover. Eat and remain. So ajeku, something that is eaten and remains. So like leftovers. You know. Akiton or aton is the refuse dump or landfill. Refuse dump or landfill. Akiton or aton. And we typically burn our rubbish. So we would heap them. We wouldn't even let them like become landfill. Like proper landfill where you have like heaps and heaps. Many times, at least in the past, we would like burn them. But then I think in recent times they would make them like really huge. And I don't know if they're burning them or so. I don't really know how it's done in the larger cities where there's no free land. But I know that back in the day, many households would just burn their own refuse, maybe once a week or something. And also, there were not many wrappers and just waste. You know, now we have so many candies, and your soap comes in a plastic whatever, and your sponge comes in a plastic whatever, and we didn't have as much rubbish, you know. So anyway, akiton, akiton, or if shortened, aton, is refuse dump or landfill. So if you use that in a sentence, you can say dak panty si akiton, dispose of trash on a dump, on a refuse dump. Dak panty si akiton, dispose of trash on a refuse dump or on a landfill. Dak panty si akiton. One fun fact about the word egbe. Gbe is the verb that came before egbe. This is the prefix that we added to gbe to make it a noun, but gbe is a verb and it is to groan, to groan. So the way that we describe dirt, sometimes we would say, actually now it's coming to my mind, sometimes we describe like refuse as ile as well. Sometimes we do that because I've heard that a lot. Lodale no, ile kole. Sometimes we describe refuse as ile, but then again, like I said, what a trash can looked like back in the day is not what a trash can would look like now. in terms of like how much rubbish and garbage. So again, that's another thing to note. But anyway, B. I don't even know if it's groan or grunt. I think it's more groan. Maybe grunt. Actually, kun. Kun would be more like would be more like growl or grunt, I think, because it's lower, you know, or roar too as well. That also fits, but I think it's groan. I think so. Sometimes it's hard to differentiate, but I think it's groan. Something that makes you groan is egbi. Groan is bi. Egbi is something that makes you groan. So something that is disgusting, you know, like dirt. So it's like a metaphor, if you will. A lot of our simple words, simple nouns are actual metaphors. There's something that makes you groan, something that disgusts you is what egbi is. So filth, dirt, foulness. Leg means to be foul, to be filthy, to be dirty. Only egbi. It has egbi. It has that thing that makes you groan with disgust. So when you say, I have a cup here, it's not dirty. If I say, Igbe ife leg me, if it was a bowl, I'll say, Aboy leg me. Okay, ife leg me. It makes me groan in disgust. It has the thing, only it has, needs has or have, egbi, the thing that makes me groan with disgust. So, egbi, legbi. That's how that word came to be. So that's about it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. Please feel free to check my Patreon and my, what else have I referenced? Nothing else. And please consider becoming a member of, consider joining my YouTube channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day and bye for now.
Ẹni sọgbọ́n yọkẹ́ nẹ̀yìn òfin yóò pa àjíṣáájú bàbá rẹ̀. Sọgbọ́n yọkẹ́ àrọ́jọ́ òsì yẹn. Eléṣẹ́ olúmẹ̀ẹ́ni ẹ̀sìn òjòmọ́yá fòdé sákẹ̀rẹ̀. Lọ́wọ́ ṣe ọ̀jẹ̀ báyìí wọ́n dágọ́ wọn àṣekúnlẹ̀ pẹ́yìn. Ìwọ́n tiẹ̀ mọ sọwọ́ bẹ̀ẹ̀bẹ̀ lábí ẹ̀sọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́bọ̀ wọnú ẹ̀kú rẹ̀. Àmọ́sẹ̀ lẹ́kùn tẹ̀ fún Yemọja. Ẹ̀sìn mọ́ báyà lódò lé.